what kind of window, fasting window would be suggested? Is it a 16-hour fasting window, or what is the ideal window? That's one part of the question. And there's another related question which has been put together on this, is that what precautions need to be taken for a person with, affected with acidity problems for intermittent fasting. So what precautions required for them? Yeah. So one is a fasting window, otherwise for people who have trouble with acidity.
Yeah, can take. So for fasting window, yeah, 16:18 is good. 16:8, sorry. And then there are other matters also. I think eat, stop, eat, which involves 24 hours fasting twice a week. And then there is another one is 5-2 diet. That also is like 500, 600 calories that you can consume for, 2 consecutive days. There are, it's like upvas in India, many, from many days, our parents and all that, after 40, 50 years old, they started fasting different ways. So generally, studies that they have proven here are mostly based on 16 hours of fasting.
Great. Anything you want to add?
And then for the acidity, in the fasting acidity, it all depends. There there are 2-3 things that you have to pay attention to: what foods you eat and what time of the day you eat, and like when that acidity you feel. It could be from the foods also that you are eating more acidic foods. Like, I don't want to get into Ayurveda, but more acidic foods, or like even if you eat like broccoli is good, and then you eat a lot of broccoli or kale or like cruciferous vegetables, then you fill up with a lot of acidity. Or black pepper, like spices of cinnamon and black pepper, cloves, like those are spicy, the acidity increasing herbs. So probably you have to balance, and then you have to put a food diary to uh, see, and then balance it out a little bit.
I've been doing intermittent fasting now for about 2 years, and there's many styles. Once again, Jason Fung's book called The Complete Guide to Intermittent Fasting goes through each of these. Once again, if you decide you're going to do that, then obviously consult with your physician. Uh, the what I'm doing is essentially one meal a day, and that is around 11 o'clock in the day. I will have like a 2-hour eating window, and then I don't eat again until the next day around 11 o'clock, and that type of thing. That seems to be good. It controls my any type of weight gain. You don't really have to, if you're eating a whole food plant-based diet and doing that, you really don't have to measure a lot, because the calorie density in whole foods is a lot smaller than it is with other processed foods. So the challenge is finding the right diet that works best for you. And if you basically have reactions to particular foods, as we just heard, you may not want to eat peppers, and you may not want to be. I eat pretty much anything that's, well, those the curse that I have. Yes, I used to be on the seafood diet. You seafood and then you eat it. That was basically it. But now, of course, I basically have my rules, and my pattern of behavior has now been worked in that I have basically a large salad which has nuts, and it's what Joel Furman calls a G-bomb salad: greens, beans, mushrooms, onions, and seeds. And then I in the salad, and then with the avocado in it, and then I make it up, and then I break it out into meal size bowls, and then I basically have that, and then I have a bowl of soup, and that's it. Maybe an apple, and that type of thing. So there's lots of ways of doing this. There's a lot of resources which are out there which will give you some guidance with that. But also, if you have a doctor that's tuned into basically, nutrition, which is not necessarily a lot of doctors, by the way.